So welcome everybody to the first episode of Hold the Mayo. There's two of the three people here. Josh Stagner has decided to think that this was a fake meeting, so he's not showing up. Sammy, how are you?
Dude, I'm good, man.
All so you're one of those guys who decides to eat while he's recording the video. Good job.
Life of a diabetic. I gotta have my sugar.
So what is that white box behind you? Does that say cholesterol?
Dude, no, I got a new pillow. Because, I've been having that neck issue, my nerve and all that stuff. So I went and got a $50 pillow to see if it's going to help. Like, that came in today.
That's what that little white box is back there?
Back here? Yeah.
Hey, what is that? Show the audience.
For all you millions and millions of fans, this is not an endorsement, by the way.
Actually, much bigger than what I thought it was. It looked like a little box.
Yeah, perspective. It's probably about 1.5 feet tall.
All right.
Almost as big as my head.
Almost. Not quite there yet.
So, since you're on my first night, it's one of those pillows. It's like not ergonomic, but it's like a foam, but then it has little wings that kind of flare out off the top of it that you can kind of put your arm up under. And it's good for side sleepers and stuff like that. I'm more of a side sleeper.
Side sleeper. I don't know where I sleep. I think I sleep on all four, like in all four positions. I even create positions as I sleep because I'll start on my left side, rotate to my right, go to my back, go to my stomach. But I don't just lay on my stomach like like a dead person. Right. Like I have like the Super Mario pose when he's jumping to punch a block.
Right.
Knee up and my hand up like that.
Well, that pillow is actually good for that too. It's supposed to be good for all those kinds of things. I used to sleep on my stomach, but as I've gotten older and fatter, my belly is pushing up and it hurts my shoulder.
Oh yeah.
When I'm laying down, just kind of I have a bad left shoulder anyway, so it just hurts. So I'm more of a side and back sleeper. It's just apparently I've been snoring like crazy, so trying to help put my sleep with a pillow.
You know what you can do to stop from snoring? I was going to tell you if you say what.
What?
Stop sleeping.
Trust me, I've done that too.
That might be slightly better than my manatee joke from this morning.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
Josh didn't really appreciate those. Josh is not a lover of the puns.
Dude, his sense of humor for our millions and millions who are going to ultimately get to watch this and watch him. His sense of humor is odd. I don't know that he necessarily has one.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's weird because he loves Seinfeld. I love Seinfeld. Curb, he loves it. Friends, he probably has never watched an episode of Friends. We'll ask that if he ever gets on this call.
Yeah, that's one thing we need to go through is our top sitcoms.
From 7 o'clock, this is Danny time. This is when you realize you don't have any kids left at home.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you realize this was a real meeting?
Because we didn't discuss it, and we didn't discuss, hey, what time is good for you guys to meet? We're going to
No, you know why? You know why, motherfuckers? Because if I do that, it'll never happen. So I just said, fuck it. I'm just going to say, here's the meeting. Show up.
and I didn't, so it didn't happen.
Well, it happened for 66% of this group. It did.
I think this Zoom is making me look fat, isn't it?
Yeah, you definitely have multiple cameras on you right now.
What time works for you, Josh?
Earlier?
Define earlier.
Anytime after 9 a.m. after I get home from dropping my kids off and before the sun starts going down.
Oh, so normal working hours. Okay.
Exactly. Like, right. Yeah, fucking, we don't work.
Well, 66% of us do, so.
No. No, it's more like 40 to 50%.
Do not
For those
include
of you who
that.
don't know, all you millions
So
of
I'm gonna get
fans.
my drink so I can
Oh
get a
my
buzz. What are we doing here?
night.
Another question. Does Josh ever make his bed in the
I
morning?
was about to say the same.
Yeah, I used to all the
Answer
time.
is no.
Yeah, dude, I did every day for like 2 years straight when I was working remote, but now I don't need to. Like, fuck.
Now you're like, whatever.
Yeah,
My
I
wife,
don't need
my
to.
wife goes crazy when our bed's not made. I'm like, I'm gonna get back into it tonight. So I don't
This is a long-standing debate I've had forever. It's the stupidest thing in the world to make your bed, but I did it for like 2 years straight because I was always on Zoom, and it's just respect for people there.
Josh, you have a milk mustache? What the hell is that?
No, dude.
It looks like you have a milk mustache.
No, sorry.
That's not milk.
It's not
It's
milk.
called an upper. It's called an upper lip. So what are we
Yeah.
discussing? What are the topics? This is why we don't just impromptu come on here. We
You
need to
didn't
be able
even
to.
look at the agenda, man.
There was
Yeah,
no
what the-
agenda. Where was the agenda?
In the body of the email.
No wonder you can't keep a job, Josh. God damn it.
That's a low
hell?
blow.
Worst employee.
Only employee. I actually couldn't even find a damn thing in my all right, intro. So this is our intro. So this is going well. This is
Yeah, we've been
entertaining.
on intro for like 10 minutes now because we were waiting for
Okay.
you partially.
The recent NFL trades. I heard Brett Favre got traded to the Jets.
Man,
Brett Favre was my number one pick a couple years ago.
Very
how'd that
cool.
work out?
He killed it.
Dude's in trouble. Have you been paying attention to that?
Yeah, I did. He's gonna go to jail because he stole a lot of money.
He didn't steal money. He kind of engineered it to where he would get a lot of public funds, and he just didn't want to get caught getting it. It's not stealing.
It's only not stealing if you don't get caught. He got caught.
He siphoned. He got money siphoned to him. I'd be more mad at the people doing it than him. If someone's willing to give me money, of course you're gonna take it.
He was just confused. His whiteness didn't pay off. I'm like, dude, but I'm Brett Favre. I'm white. Like, what are you looking at me for? So
Yeah, pretty much. Do you watch last week tonight? Last week tonight?
Yeah, I do sometimes. It's been a while.
Yeah,
nope,
he had an
I know of
episode
it.
talking about that, and he's not the only one who's getting in trouble for or being looked at, scrutinized about having money siphoned through curious
Right.
means. All right,
Well,
so
the
we're gonna
big-
go to NFL talk. Great.
I mean,
great segue there, guys.
the biggest story and the only story going on today in the NFL is Lamar Jackson and where he's going to go, and it's kind of amongst 4 teams at this point.
I don't think
So-
it's among any teams. I don't think no one wants to pay what he wants.
Well, no,
What does
but
he
I
want?
mean, but he will cave. He wants 250 million guaranteed. He wants to one up Deshaun Watson, and that's not going to happen because you don't have a team as desperate as the Browns or stupid enough as the Browns to give up that kind of money.
Do you think that's
So-
collusion?
No, it's not collusion at all. It's just he is drawing a line in the sand of what he's worth. He wants to reset the market. The Mahomes deal, which was $500 million, is inflated because it's over 10 years. Only half of that is guaranteed. So, Mahomes didn't reset the market. It was Watson that did, and stupidly so because he isn't worth that much.
I don't think I don't think Watson reset the market. I think he's the anomaly to the market.
But it doesn't matter. Like once it's there, that's what all players want. Players don't sit back
It's what
and say,
they want, but it's not going to be what they get.
Well,
And
but that's just it.
now, if someone caves to Lamar, then I'll agree that the market has been set.
Well, the league is trying not to cave to
Right.
him, and there's reasons to justify it with his injury history, and him being a running quarterback. At the same time,
So
he's still one of the top 8, maybe even higher quarterbacks left in the league.
okay, so Lamar Jackson has missed 10 games in how many years? 4
Two.
years?
2. No, he's missed 10 games in the last 2 years, dude.
Well, in the last 2 back-to-back years, 5 and
Yeah,
5,
he's missed
right?
10 games. Yep.
Okay. How many games has Watson? Okay, Watson's
Yeah.
missed a lot more and had like legitimate issues, and they still gave him a truckload. To me,
Yeah, I
Lamar
know.
easily
And
worth more.
that's the problem. That's the debate. I mean, the Browns, who are so desperate for a quarterback in a winning franchise, basically backed up the Brinks truck, said, whatever you want, we're going to give you. And it just completely is going to, if he doesn't produce this year, it's going to cripple the franchise for 5 years. And no other teams are willing to do that with that type of quarterback. You would do that with Mahomes, a Burrow, a Herbert, a Josh Allen. You're not going to do that with a Lamar Jackson, who's been injured 2 years in a row. The teams that need a quarterback desperately right now are the Colts, the Falcons, the Jets if they don't get Rodgers, but it looks like they should. Washington, and they're content going with their second year in Howell, but of course they're desperate. The one key factor with Washington is if they get the team sold in the next 30 days, they would be a huge possibility that a new owner goes after Lamar. And then the last team is really Miami, just with Tua being uncertain. You assume he's going to go and be the starter, but I mean, they just signed Mike White from the Jets to be their backup. So I mean, they're willing to invest money still to try to make it happen because they're trying to go all in right now. But after that, that's it. There's some teams that need a quarterback, but they're so bad they're not going to invest it, like Houston. So they're just going to stay out of this kind of fiasco. And everybody else either has a good quarterback or has somebody young enough they're not going to invest in someone else
have
yet.
a quarterback?
They don't have enough money. They can take on a $250 million contract. In fact, one of the only 5 teams that need a quarterback. But yeah, so they want Purdy, they want somebody else, but unfortunately, they have so much money wrapped up in other players. I mean, the McCaffrey is a huge contract. Debo's a huge contract. So they're just kind of stuck right now. They had to let go of Mike McGlinchey this offseason because of contract issues, and he's a 4-time Pro Bowl guard.
Well, that just kind of reinforces the idea that any team that devotes 40%, I didn't do the math, I'm just coming up with a number, but some stupid amount of their cap to one individual player is going to be screwed. It doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how good the Chiefs are. If Mahomes' contract ate up as much of a percentage to prevent other teams from being able to fill out a quality roster, Mahomes wouldn't be winning a whole lot either. He might win more than some of these others because he's that good, but he's not going to be what we consider Mahomes.
Yeah, well, they've also done it.
Huh?
The Chiefs have done an amazing job hitting in the draft too, so they're getting a lot of players, multiple starters that are extremely low cost. So that's been really beneficial to them.
And that's what it takes. But sustainability is the key to it all. And take Mahomes out of it. You look at Deshaun, who if I'm the Browns, whoever gave him that contract should be fired and never work in the NFL again, first off. But
the Browns' new ownership hasn't been.
Right, but somebody had to make that call, and that person should never make another call again.
It was the owner. That's who made the call direct. He said, I want this guy, we're going to pay him whatever he needs.
Then he's proof that stupid people make a lot of money.
Yeah, so you're not happy with the Mahomes contract there?
Huh?
You don't agree with the Mahomes contract?
The Mahomes contract is fantastic because the way it's structured, I don't know all the ins and outs, but the way it's structured is it's very team friendly.
Yeah, well, it's only guaranteed for the first 5 years. It's only guaranteed for the first 5 years, though, so they can always restructure after the point. So depending on where they're at, but to lock him in,
the Mahomes contract is 10 years, $477 million. $63 million of that is guaranteed. I don't know what the basis around restructuring is in the future. That's always an option, I think. That's probably baked into those contracts. As a player gets older, you decline, right? Unless you're Tom Brady, and then you just decline in your last 6 months of playing. But they'll probably look at that point. But you sign your quarterback to 10 years, $500 million, and then you win a Super Bowl. That makes sense to me. That makes Lamar Jackson worth it to me.
Well, you go back to where Dallas is at right now. If they would have signed Dak 2 years earlier when they started talking about his contract, they could have got him for $25 million a year. Now they're paying him $35 million, and he's probably 12th to 15th best quarterback in the league. So it's because they waited 2 years. They ended up paying almost 40% more.
But it's a risk that they knew that they were taking. And I'm not the world's biggest Dak fan. We've had that discussion plenty of times, and I know Dan hates the guy. But
No, hold on. I don't hate Dak. I dislike his hip thrust. The only quarterback in the league that I absolutely hate, and you know this, is Kirk Cousins.
Right.
He's a douchebag wannabe. I absolutely hate that guy. Period.
but
Cousins is an American treasure.
Dak's contract isn't that bad compared to what other quarterbacks are making now.
Okay, so
and if had he signed 2 years earlier, all that means is that he'd be holding out for another contract now, because none of these guys, if they're still producing, play out their contract. They start holding out
for a new contract.
Huh?
He would have no leverage for a new contract. Hey,
Dude, none of them have leverage, yet they still do it. None of them have leverage, but they still do it. That's why.
Yeah, well, the Cowboys. If you're holding out,
they want to make sure that they're up there with whoever they consider their peers, regardless of what contract they sign. A contract is nothing anymore, and they want loyalty from a team, yet they show none themselves. Both of them are evil, and if they just both realize it's a business decision, okay, fine, but don't get mad whenever we cut you with 4 years left on your contract. All that stuff is in play, but Dak's contract is not that bad. He's just not that good of a quarterback. He's okay. He's serviceable. You can win with him. Dan hates him. You can win with him. Worst quarterbacks have
Sammy,
won.
I got lost there in your thought. I was, for a moment there, I thought you were talking about Democrats and Republicans, because you're saying everyone's evil.
We'll say that for another one when we take more time. Good Lord.
I have to do my research on that. I get them confused sometimes. There's so much alike.
I don't think there is a difference.
There's no difference.
Anyway, y'all want to move on, or y'all want to keep on this one?
I don't. Other trades. I mean, in terms of topical and interest, it's really going to lead to the NFL draft. I mean, that's really going to be the big thing. You guys talk about doing the draft podcast. That's what's going to be interesting. But I don't know if Danny knows much about the college football.
Yeah, so college football, I know that they have 11 guys on each side of the ball.
He knows what team. Dan knows what other teams need, though.
I have a little bit of knowledge about
if a player does not play in fantasy, Danny does not know who they are.
That is the truth. If you look at my rosters for the past 10 years of who I drafted, maybe less than 5% of them are like rookies out of college.
Yeah, rookies are second-year players. Yep,
that's fine.
Yeah. Because it's hard to find. It's almost like I'd be working as a scout for an NFL team to get someone that's of value. Like the last one I can remember drafting that was a rookie out of college was Cam Newton. That was 12 years ago. 13 years ago.
A little bit.
A while ago.
A little bit.
Took me to
but you know if the Arizona Cardinals, you know why the Cardinals suck. You know why, what the Bengals need. You know what the Chiefs need. I mean, you know the NFL enough to contribute to some draft thoughts. You may not know who the players are. I don't know all the players coming in, but I know enough of what they need, and I know that there's an art to the draft process. And
if the Patriots draft a wide receiver, he'll be starting. So there's some information for you, because they don't have a starting wide receiver on the team.
All right.
Yeah, I saw an interesting thing. The Panthers starting lineup this year is going to be Miles Sanders, who they just got to Philadelphia, Adam Thielen, and DJ Chalk from Jacksonville to Detroit to Carolina, and the tight end was another journeyman. But basically, it was like an all NCAA team from like 2015, and it's like all castaways. And then their quarterback is going to be whatever rookie quarterback they take. So it's gonna be interesting to see what how bad they are.
Yeah, I'll dedicate myself to studying college football players coming up into the draft. So I have knowledge of at least 2 or 3 of them.
Do you know where CJ Stroud went to school?
Who?
presumably number one
Stroud.
pick
You
in the
know who
draft.
he is.
Who?
Yeah, he doesn't know
Yeah, you got some research to do.
a little bit. So he was a quarterback
O.J.
for Ohio
Simpson?
State.
Yeah. OJ Simpson.
That's it.
Where did he go to school? Do you know where OJ went?
OJ went to a university
Oh my gosh.
in California.
In
Now you got the
Southern
state. USC.
Yeah.
I kid. OJ got traded to the 49ers? No.
He did finish his career in
late in his
Buffalo.
career, yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing that somewhere.
Probably on his
Late
Right.
in his career.
So I think we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna take a commercial break here. And then as we come back, we'll talk about the vacations that we've taken, the ones that we're planning, and the ones that we're never gonna be able to take.
Comienza la temporada cuando la temperatura cambia un poquito y empiezas a sacar años de memorias y alegría navideña. Sale la cazuela y el olor del lechón llena el aire. En Pollo Tropical, tus tradiciones también son las nuestras, como las masitas de puerco. Te traemos esa comida casera de tu cocina a la nuestra. Deja que nuestra familia cocine para tu familia en Pollo Tropical.
Well, I do poop during the day. I do have some off time.
When's your Beyoncé concert?
Dude,
September.
I think it's September 21st.
Oh, it's a long way away.
Yeah.
Still have plenty of time to sell them.
Yeah. I'm kind of resigned to the idea of having to go.
Yeah, I'm sure you're
I
beating
honestly,
yourself up.
The closer we get, I don't know when to drop the price, but if I can just make my money back, I'll be happy. We've never bought tickets with the idea of selling them, and this is the very first time it's ever happened. And then they kind of put some guardrails in place to kind of make sure that doesn't happen very much. So I don't know. Bad timing on.
There's doesn't Texas have anti-scalping laws? If you sell for more than like 50% of the face value?
I don't know if that's a state thing or not, but I know that SeatGeek kind of handles that a little bit, and so you're really only supposed to be able to offer those tickets up for a certain amount more than face. There are some rules that I read that it won't let you do for more than face, but I set them up. I think we paid $652 total for the 2 tickets, but I was able to set them for $700 apiece.
All right, I'll help you out, Sammy. So here's the deal. In Texas, there's no state law against ticket scalping. However,
I'm not a criminal.
Certain cities like Houston and Arlington, which you live in Dallas, right? Or is it going to be in Arlington?
The concerts in Arlington.
Or then you're fucked. There are restrictions against scalping. So despite what you might have heard in the past, in the high school cafeteria, I'm obviously reading this, there's no limit to the amount of money a person may try to resell a ticket for, unless you're in Arlington selling Beyoncé tickets.
Well, I'm not in Arlington, just where the concert is.
So yeah, so that makes sense. Just like find where the
loopholes
line is and just take one step to the left and be in Dallas.
Loopholes, dude.
Tickets and
I've had lots of rules set up just because I found ways around them. But not if I have to, I will sell it at cost. I'll have to increase the tickets a little bit just to make up for the fees that SeatGeek charges. But if I have to, I'll just do that. Otherwise, all the single ladies, baby.
All the single ladies? Would you dress up for this? Like, I can see you dressed up like you do when you go to your Comic-Con conventions.
No, but I'm going to Taylor's Sunday. I've got a shirt that says Dads or Swifties too.
You should go put it on now.
No. Maybe next time maybe next week when we do this, we can talk about the Taylor Swift concert.
That's our first episode right there. Right there. That's it.
I will wear it proudly.
When you get a restyled Honda CRV, you get more. You get a set of wheels that helps you go farther with less. A better view of your surroundings. And you're getting Motor Trend's 2015 Sport Utility of the Year. So visit your local Honda dealer today.
I thought vacations would be a cool topic.
No,
because I just got
vacations
back
is
from
great.
Boston.
Let's go for it. Let's talk about going places so we can visit malls.
Hey,
What was that about?
Jimmy,
You've
does
been
it
to
happen
three.
to
You've been
you?
to 3 major cities in the last 7 days, and you visited them all in all 3.
What's the third one?
Orlando, where you live.
Orlando, Tampa, Boston. Look, here's the
Yeah.
deal. The hotel we stayed in,
Mm-hmm.
the Sheraton, beautiful
Mhm,
hotel,
alright.
29th floor, top floor, beautiful.
Wayne stock. All right.
Massive
all right.
room, by the way.
Mm,
2 bathrooms. 2
Huge.
bathrooms in my room. When you go down to the second floor and you walk out, it connects directly to the mall. Like you don't have to go outside.
Oh.
You're in the mall. You go from the lobby
So?
to the mall. The mall, that mall is connected to all the buildings. It's like they built it in like the old alleyways.
So what you're saying is you just went to the mall to walk through it to go somewhere else.
That was the purpose that I was in the mall for.
Uh-huh.
It was to stay out of the cold weather because it was cold outside. Use it as
Right.
like a shortcut to get to our location because it stretches across blocks and blocks and blocks. It's not like
Did
a
y'all
little-
go shopping?
what?
Did y'all go shopping in said mall?
Fine
Yes.
shopping.
Did you walk around and look inside stores
We did.
with
We
the
had, we
intent
went
of
into a place called
potentially
Italy.
purchasing?
It's a kind of like a Whole Foods, but all Italian style based. Different.
What place? What place was it?
It's called Italy.
Yeah, we have one out here. That place is fantastic.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we walked through there. We walked to, I don't know why my wife has an affliction for a store called Zara or Zara. I don't know how you pronounce it. She loves going into that store. So she's been to the one in Tampa, the one in Disney Springs, the one in Orlando,
Yeah.
the 5
They
in
all
New
have
York,
different. All have different things in them.
and
They
Is
the
go
this
to
one,
a
like her
different
Hard
Walmart.
Rock? Is this like her Hard Rock? They have a shirt that she was at Zara and Bangkok and
yeah, it's the equivalence of Josh going to Vegas, like he said, Josh going to Vegas when he can just drive down the road and go play cards.
Yeah. Now there's a difference though. I get to get away from, the 2 moms and everybody else and get to explore a new city. Not just play cards. I did more than just that, but so yeah, there's a little bit of difference.
Yeah,
what else did you do? Because all we ever heard is you playing cards.
he got a
Yeah, it's the only
massage.
thing no, it's the only thing that's interesting. I walked around, checked out hotels, did the ambiance. It was too cold to do anything in nature because it was 40 degrees outside. But yeah, I mean, I explored the city and up and down the strip everywhere.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I said, hey guys, I'm walking a bit on the strip.
No, but
That's just not interesting.
Yeah.
well, everything else
We-
about
we-
you is interesting.
Once we got to the other end of the mall, we did go through we saw that walked on the Freedom Trail and we ate at a couple of nice restaurants. It wasn't 24/7 in the mall. They do close.
Yeah, I mean, you guys went to Chipotle. And
No,
then
we
you
didn't go
went
to Chipotle. We went to a restaurant. There's only 3 of them in the world. One of them is in Boston. It's called Salty Girl. It's absolutely the most amazing seafood. I'm not even a huge seafood lover. This is the best
Nice.
seafood that I've probably had in like
Beats
20
Red Lobster.
lobster. Yes.
I said Beats Red Lobster.
Oh no, yeah, dude. The last time I went to Red Lobster was with you.
Yeah, to get
Brandon
Brandon
was
the
there.
biscuits. Yep.
Yeah, that how many years ago was that? 5 years ago?
4
years ago?
About 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't go to Red Lobster. I don't go to Olive Garden.
I went to Olive Garden for lunch today. Soup and salad, baby.
Good stuff, man. I went there 2 weeks ago.
Nothing wrong with soup and salad.
No, that's good. That's good. You can get the breadsticks.
All right, see, nothing's a microwave. Maybe the soup, but it still tastes good.
Well, it's reheated. Actually, well, it's not even reheated. It's just sitting in the warmer. They
Yeah.
they make it fresh every day, and then it just sits.
Sammy,
worked at
Pasta
the
for Joe,
OG.
baby.
Josh is
I worked
speaking
at
from
the OG.
experience because he was a server
Server.
there, right?
Yeah, for 2 years. Yep.
Oh, where are
2
you? Really?
years?
Yeah.
I worked
big
at
time.
Macaroni Grill for a while. Macaroni Grill had no microwaves in the building at all, and everything was fresh except for their sauces. Their sauces came in bags and all that stuff from corporate or whatever. But
My favorite was Pizza Hut. Their pan pizza. They squirt like 8 squirts of oil in the pan. They put a frozen disc, which is like 6 inches long, in the pan, and then they let it soak overnight. It just expands, soaks up all the oil, and that becomes your pan pizza. Your deep pan pizza. That's what it is.
Also talking from experience.
Gross.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to bleep out the word Pizza Hut because we don't want to get sued. One
Right?
episode.
Well, industry knowledge
Yeah.
behind the
and
scenes.
let me tell you about TGI Fridays.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
worked
TGI
there too.
Fridays,
I also
too.
worked at McDonald's. I worked at Burger King. I did a lot of jobs when I was younger.
I did a lot of jobs, but I didn't work fast food. I worked at a pizza place, and then I worked at grocery store. I worked at the bank. I worked at a jewelry store. In high school, I worked at a putt go-kart batting cages place called Beltline Station that no
We did
longer
a putt
exists.
place as well.
It no
Yeah,
longer
that
exists,
was
so
my
we can
favorite
use
place
the
to
name.
get fired from.
I did
Yeah.
get fired. That we can do that for another story.
Yeah.
Or
My
for
getting
another-
fired stories are better than your getting fired stories, Sammy. I promise you.
I have no doubt. we have 60 seconds. So
Mine says less than 1 minute.
yeah, it just turned.
It just turned.
Yeah.
It just turned.
So wrap us up, dude.
All right, so that is it. Rapid fire. Gonna skip it to Josh. You're 7 minutes late. That's gonna be docked from your pay. We will we're gonna wrap this up and then we'll be back next week, right? We're gonna do another run next week.
Kind of blurry. But I don't think this will happen, but let me use my shirt to try to watch the camera on.
Make sure you have pants on, please.
No promise.
Because I said we're hold the Mayo, and he's like, that's really the best name you come up with. I'm like, yeah, because I don't want to call it 3 dudes jerking off.
Just I wanted to see your crotch in my camera.
Back it up, 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 back it up.
Every time I eat stuffed crust from Pizza Hut, I play this song. But watch what happens when I play it backwards.
Eat original stuffed crust backwards.
What did you say, record?
3 toppings, just $11.99.
Amazing.
Back it up, 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 back it up.
The original stuffed crust, just $11.99. Only for Pizza Hut. No one out Pizza Hut. No one, 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 no one.